Alright, so today we're going to be reviewing the EagleTac D25a clicky, and this is the titanium edition. So I'm really excited to review this light because I've been waiting to get my hands on it for a long time, and I'd like to just take a minute to let you know that I've already anodized this guy. So I did this with a blowtorch, and I'm really happy with the results. If you notice here, this part, which houses the LED and the circuit, I have not been able to anodize. I just didn't want to risk damaging either the LED or the circuit. So until I figure out how to remove that properly, and if that can even be done, I'm just going to keep it this way. Yeah, it's a great light. I would say that this is one of my favorite lights at this point. It just, with the anodized look to it, just, I don't know, I like this rainbow look, so I'm really happy with that. Some of the specs, it's 176 lumens, and it says it's rated 122 out the front lumens. This is the XML cool white. I did want to get a neutral white, but unfortunately I could not for the life of me find it online, so I just settled with the cool white. And to be honest with you, the cool white on this is probably comparable to some other light manufacturers' neutral white. It's got 4 output levels and 7 different modes, including a strobe, flash, SOS, and beacon. The user interface is pretty neat. It's not a forward clicky, so it's not a momentary on. However, I don't think that takes away from the light. Some cool features with this, other than it being titanium, is the tail cap is actually glow in the dark. And I thought that was pretty cool. I'd like to also mention that this light is a lot smaller than I was expecting it, just from pictures and from what I've seen. It looks like a little bit of a beefy light, but to be honest, if I compare it to the MicroStream, they're almost identical in size, minus the tail cap. This Ken tail stand, it's not really a feature I was worried about. And another thing is that it has a moonlight mode. I saw some people on the forums mentioning that they were having a hard time activating the moonlight mode, and there's the moonlight mode there. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but you can actually look in and see the LED without it hurting your eyes. It doesn't come activated like that. It comes with just the low mode, which, if you look, that's pretty bright. I'll show you. You actually have to twist it pretty quick to activate it. So you got to go 1, 2, 3, and that's the moonlight mode. And then just by lightly clicking it, you don't even have to click it, it's just like a tap. You'll change through the modes: moonlight, medium, high, strobe, quicker strobe, I guess that's a beacon, SOS, and some other flashing modes. Yeah, the build quality is great. I mean, compared to some flashlights, I would say that it's a bit thinner in terms of the thickness of the light, but it's also titanium, so it's going to be a lot stronger and yes, I guess stronger for the amount of density that you get. It's not too heavy. It comes with some cool stuff. It comes with a really great build holster. I don't think I would ever use it just because I don't typically use holsters on my flashlights, but it is one of the better builds that I've seen. Also comes with a lanyard, which is adjustable, which is neat if I use lanyards, and then it's got this clip here, so I guess if you want, you could either figure out a way to attach it, or have it, if you put a split ring on there, then you could attach it. Yeah, so it's a pretty great flashlight. I mean, this is one flashlight that I always wanted to get just so I could anodize it. I know compared to some of the other titanium flashlights, which are extremely pricey, this wasn't too bad. I think it ran me $70, and I haven't had buyer's regret yet. So I'm pretty happy with that. One thing I'd like to mention, that if you are going to anodize this flashlight, if you are considering purchasing it, in the head here, there's actually a hidden O-ring in there that you have to look for before you heat it up, because it'll melt it right out. And yeah, I mean, the brightness is plenty. I mean, with the XML, it's good for more generalized purposes, like if I'm working on something that I need to be able to view more than just one thing with a flashlight, it's good for that purpose, as compared to like a XPG LED is very more spotlight focused. Some of the things that I really like about the light, and some of the things that I'm not so keen on. I didn't like that they use a custom Torx driver for their clip. I did end up getting it off, but I had to customize one of my Torx bits. Another thing that I didn't really like is that it only came with the one tail cap, the one tail boot. Because it is a limited edition, it comes with this glow in the dark. I would have liked to see them include an extra one in the case that this gets damaged or lost, because, you know, here's hoping that neither of those things happen, but if it does, I don't really know how I would replace it. Other than that, I love this light. I think it's great. I mean, having the option to be able to anodize it, keeping it nice and silver looking if you'd like. I like that you can tail stand it. That's not a lot of, there's not a lot of, I wouldn't really consider this a tactical light. It's more of a luxury light. So it's got a lot of great features to it. I like how they have the threads nice and oiled. So I've heard a lot of reviews that titanium can be pretty gritty, but this sounds gritty, but it's actually pretty smooth. And this is after I heat anodized it, so it was a lot smoother when I first got it. So if you don't plan on doing that, then that really won't affect you. I like the stiffness of the tail cap, because, you know, if you clip that onto your pants or wherever, you can be confident that it's not going to go anywhere. I'm really impressed with the entire package that comes in the size of light. I'm a big fan of this micro stream. This is another EDC light that I use every day, and it's a great little light, but it doesn't compare to the functionality that the EagleTac offers. So for the same size light, aside from the width, given that this is a AAA and this uses a AA cell, this is just the only benefit to the micro stream is that it has that momentary on, which a lot of people like. That didn't really turn me off from this light because there are so many other features that, you know, kind of take over those concerns. And if you're not using it in a tactical sense, I don't think the momentary is really something you need. For me to click this button to look at something is just as easy for me to hold this button. You know, it's like half an effort more. Yeah. Alrighty, well, I hope you enjoyed the review, and if you have any questions, let me know, and I'd be glad to answer them.